Pressure, it's a privilege. All week we've been counting down Stephen A. and Max's top 5 players with the most pressure on them heading into the season, and now we're at number 2. Stephen A. and Max both have Carson Wentz, who's recovering from foot surgery and hoping to be ready week 1 for the Colts. Max, why is Wentz number 2?
Is this a trick question?
No.
Carson Wentz during the regular season, until the playoffs, he might be number 1. He lost his job. He was given a huge contract. They had to draft a guy behind him, and then he lost his job and got traded. He's reunited with his coach, right? He had success with. He has one of the best offensive lines in football. He has very solid skills position players. They can run the ball. They got guys who can catch the ball. Even if T.Y. Hilton isn't what he once was, but they got it. They have a really good defense. Even they replaced the linebackers. He has everything he needs. No excuses. And by the way, they all said they're a quarterback away from contending for a Super Bowl.
All right, now it's time to reveal both of your number 1 players under pressure. Stephen A., you say it's Dak Prescott. And Max, you're going with Matthew Stafford, obviously, in L.A. Stephen A., why is Dak under the most pressure?
We spent nearly 2 years talking about how he deserved his money, how he needed his money, how ashamed Jerry Jones should be of himself for procrastinating and taking care of everybody around him, but not him. From Ezekiel Elliott to Amari Cooper to Jalen Smith to DeMarcus Lawrence. The list goes on and on. There were so many players that were taken care of, but it wasn't your quarterback, which we felt was inexcusable and just reprehensible. At least most of us did. All right. Well, you finally got your money, even after you got injured, because even after you got injured and you broke your ankle and all of that stuff, you got your money after that. Jerry Jones placed an incredible amount of faith in you. And look at the offense he's giving you. He kept the same offensive coordinator you've been working with, so there's familiarity and cohesiveness there. Your running back is still Ezekiel Elliott, who's still a stud, no way around that. And then you look at the combination of Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb. You got weapons all over the place. And your offensive line is supposed to be healthier this year. And so when you look at all of those things combined with the fact that you're playing in arguably the weakest division in all of football, which is called the NFC least, where you got somebody winning the division crown with a 7-9 record last year, you damn right there's some pressure on Dak Prescott. And I didn't even bring up America's team and the billion-dollar playpen you play in, and the fact that because you're a Cowboy with the star in your helmets and at midfield and all of this other stuff, you got all of these nationally televised games everywhere. All of those things play a significant role in Dak Prescott being under more pressure than anybody in the National Football League to produce.
I could not disagree more. I don't think Dak Prescott's going to have a lot of eyeballs on him. But he'll have, if they don't win, there'll be a list of excuses, a laundry list before you get to Dak Prescott. They'll blame if he gets hurt, it'll be the injuries. That's not his fault. It'll be the head coach, Mike McCarthy. It'll be the defense. You know why? Because he is now where Matt Stafford was a decade ago. We all believe he's good. We all believe he's really good. It's not his fault. And by the way, he's got the O-line back. He's got crazy receivers to run a game. He'll be fine. No, that's not pressure. Want to know what pressure is? Imagine this for a second. Imagine you get to the playoffs, and the Rams are likely to get to the playoffs. We all think they're a playoff team. It's game 1 of the playoffs. Even if you're favored, you're playing a good team. That other team's going to have a shot, even if it's like a 60-40 type situation. 40% is a good shot to hit. You have a 40% shot, you go, I got a pretty good shot to hit, right? You'll have a good shot to lose that game. Just imagine if Matthew Stafford, who they traded Jared Goff, number 1 overall pick, 2-time Pro Bowler, got to a Super Bowl. They traded him plus 2 firsts and a 3rd for Stafford. Know why? Because Matthew Stafford, it's not his fault. He was then where Dak is now. He's excellent. He's just, the team can't get it together. Never won a playoff game. Well, let's get him with a good team. They move mountains to bring him in. He's got a great offensive head coach. He's got the offensive line. He's got great receivers. He's got a defense. He's got every single thing you could want. Now, just imagine Matt Stafford loses the first playoff game of the postseason. There's no more pressure, maybe on anyone in sports, than on Matt Stafford in that situation. And he's very likely to be in that situation. His entire legacy will get thrown out. The idea that, well, it's the Lions' fault, will say, oh, no. It's not on the Lions. That's on Matt Stafford. But if he wins, if he wins a couple of playoff games, if he gets to a Super Bowl, there is no one facing more downside, no one with more upside than Matt Stafford. That's the most pressure.
First of all, if they lose, barely anybody in Los Angeles would notice. I mean, let alone the nation. Just stop it, okay? Now, obviously, that Matthew Stafford, there's some pressure because, you got to win a playoff game. But come on. I mean, you playing for the Los Angeles Rams. A lot of distractions out here, Max. A lot of distractions.
No
and
doubt.
as a result of that, you're not going to have too many people paying but so much attention. I mean, it's much, much worse for the Chargers in terms of a fan base, no doubt, because this is Rams country compared to the Chargers, no doubt about that. But still in all, barely anybody outside of L.A. is going to notice if Matthew Stafford wets the bed. That's number one. Number two, let's look at some of the weapons. I mean, I think Robin Woods can play. I think Cooper Kupp can play. Yeah, but they ain't the all-world dudes like
They're
that.
really
People ain't
good.
looking at them like that. And this kid, Van Jefferson, we don't know. And then you got Cam Akers that went out. Because he got injured, okay, so he's out for the year. You got Darrell Henderson. He's going to be there now. He ran for over 600 yards. They were a dual backfield right there. They did some good things last year. I'm just saying. And also, you got to look at Sean McVay. Some people think Sean McVay is more in hot water than a Matthew Stafford. And you got to remember. No. I'm just talking about in terms of criticism. He ain't losing his job. I'm not trying to imply that. He's a damn good coach, by the way, too. I'm not trying to imply that. I'm just talking about heat in terms of expectations. And when you look at Sean McVay, you got to remember something, Max. Jared Goff, the relationship just it fragmented and fell apart. I mean, they were desperate to get rid of Jared Goff. It wasn't like, oh, it's this blockbuster deal that we can't turn down. They were saying, could you take him off our hands, please? We need to get rid of this dude. And they're happy they got Matthew Stafford, who's definitely an upgrade in my estimation.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.